You can say what you want, get your head down. Every time I wanna leave, you treat me like a clown. But things are changing now, I'm getting out this house. Break it down, break it down.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of the Three Left Turns podcast. This week, just 2 left turns, 1 more left turn than last week.
Which is crazy.
But I got to say, I want to we haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. And you had a beard the last time I saw you, which was like 3 days ago. And now you don't have a beard.
Yeah.
Now it's just a mustache, but it's kind of rocking.
Yeah, I've never done the facial hair thing before. So, and I took a shower the one day, and my partner was over, and I was just like, you know what, this would be funny. Maybe I'll
to
just
shave the beard
everything.
part too, or
I'll just shave everything but my mustache and see what she says. And she ended up liking it. So I was like, okay, well that's cool, I guess. So I was like, I guess we're in an experimental phase, because like I said, I've never done the facial hair thing before. So you can let me know. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What would you rate it? That's a Anthony Fantano reference.
I like it a whole lot. I think you're a little uneven. I think you're a
I
little.
didn't know
long,
how I'm not a shave
I think
it.
you're a little longer on the one side than the other.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
So you might want to just take a little look at that. But I mean, I like it.
Hopefully, it's not too
I'm a big
apparent on the video.
I got I've been a guy who can grow a beard and mustache since I was in like 7th grade. Not like a great one, but like had to shave kind of situation. So I was always able to use every summer as an experimental phase to figure out what kind of worked and didn't work. I went into my senior year with like a goatee.
It's awesome.
It was terrible. It looked so bad. It was so bad. I remember because my senior year, our like fall play was like a Peter Pan spin-off thing. It was like a artsy version of Peter Pan, and I was supposed to be a lost boy, but I was a lost boy with a goatee, so I had to shave it. But
I don't think you can be in Peter Pan with facial hair unless you're like Captain Hook. Is it? Is that his name? Is that him?
yeah,
Yeah, unless you're Captain Hook, I guess.
not even his little henchman guy. I don't remember what his name is.
I don't know.
I want to say it's like DeVille or something like that. I don't know why I think that. I don't know. But to go back to the last episode we did together, just coming up with this is my tunic. I finally wore it. I kept putting off I almost wore it last week when I was here by myself, but I was like, no, I got to save it for when Steven's here. So this is my tunic.
So I completely misunderstood what a tunic is.
Oh,
I thought it was.
I said it's like Link's.
No, you know
thing.
what I was thinking
Tell me
of?
this isn't Link's thing.
No, you know what I was thinking of though. For some reason, I don't know why. Even though you said it was, something Link would wear or resembles something you would wear, and what I'm about to say, he has never worn. But when I heard tunic, for some reason, my mind went to. I'm remembering the word now. I wasn't at the time, but a toga.
Thought I bought a toga.
The big like Greek.
That's awesome. That's
big
cool.
Greek thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
That's insane.
That'd be pretty cool.
If I would show up in a toga, that'd be too much.
Well, we can do like Greek night maybe one time.
Oh, I think the time's passed. I think we're too old for that. I feel like that's
Really?
I feel like that's frat party.
No. Wait, dude. Well, frat party Greek night doesn't really have anything to do with Greek culture besides the letters, I feel like. Besides the letters and the pronunciation of their frats.
I guess so. Pronunciation.
Yeah, like Zeta, Phi, Pi.
Just the alphabet.
Yeah, just their alphabet. That's about it.
Zeta, Phi, Pi.
Yeah. Is that one?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'll
know
get
a few
I'll get the
letters.
symbology for it and put it up.
Zeta, Phi, Pi.
I
And
have no
flash it
idea
on the
what
screen.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, we'll make sure we'll be the Zeta Phi Pi. It's got to be like ZPP, but I don't know what the Phi looks like.
Remember the pi looks like the little thing.
Like a little house, like a
Yeah.
number,
So it's not.
like 3.14.
Yeah.
This is now the second episode in a couple episodes in which we've talked about the number pi.
Really?
Last time it was about Sagan taking Adderall and memorizing the whole thing.
He couldn't do that.
he couldn't. No.
Even with Adderall,
I
don't
ripped
think
out
he
more
could do that.
numbers off the top of my head when I made the joke than I think he could right now on Adderall.
I know 3.141592659.
I think I ended at the 5. I think that's where I went. I think I was
3.141592659. I think it was
I have no idea.
593.
I don't know what comes after the 5. But the next check-in, we've been waiting for 3 weeks now. Last time you were here, you said that your
God.
favorite battle royale, and you were gonna go home and play it.
Oh, I did not say
Did
it.
you
I don't
play
think I said it was my
Fall
favorite.
Guys?
I did not play Fall Guys.
No Fall Guys. What's the
Oh,
point?
I did say that was my favorite battle royale.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were gonna ask me about
Splitgate 2.
Splitgate 2.
Have you
what I
played that?
thought.
I didn't think so.
No.
He's been playing a lot of League and a lot of Valorant.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's all it pops up. It's Discord. I got one friend playing Minecraft and one friend playing League.
I played Teamfight Tactics. I
Oh,
gave up on
maybe.
Summoner's Rift.
I
It was
I must
making
be
me
at
mad.
work when you're playing Teamfight Tactics. I don't know.
Well, no, it's in the same client.
Oh,
like
so
like
does
League
it
of
just pop up?
Legends, the Summoner's Rift, like the
Oh.
Conquest 5v5 mode,
Yeah.
and TFT are in the same client.
So
Like
it
the auto
shows up
battler.
as LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you actually clicked on my name, it would say then Teamfight Tactics
I don't get
or
that
Summoner's
interested.
Rift. Yeah,
I'm
it's
not that
okay.
invested.
I like to click on people's profiles most of the time when they're listening to music, just to see what they're listening to.
Speaking of music, I gave a shout out last week. I was talking about my new favorite streamer, Morgegucci, on Twitch. Check him out. He has released the album of the year. Critics are saying it. The critics being me
And
and
Okay, you have to cut
sorry.
that out. My bad. Including the critics, including Brian and my partner, are saying it's album of the year.
For sure. That's right. It is kind of a best of. It's a hits album plus a bonus track, but none of his other music is available anymore, so it's really all you got. But
I heard the sample didn't get cleared for the fan favorite.
I don't even know what the sample was from, if it was from one of his old songs or if it was the new one. But what I think's funny is months and months ago, you had suggested that for our intro theme to the show, we contact Morgegucci
Morgegucci, yeah.
to make us an intro song. And so I asked him and I said, "Hey, what are some songs that you think that you have right now, because they were all unavailable at this time?" I said, "What are some songs that you have that you would like, that you think would fit?" And he sent me 4. And last week when it was just me, I didn't have as much work to do when editing the episode.
Right.
And so I finally did it. It took 15 episodes, but there's an intro and outro song.
I have to ask, are Sagan and I the brand risks, or did you just like when it comes to you didn't have a lot of work editing? Like me and Sagan, do we account for the dead air and the
No,
brand
it's just
risk
because I have to
material?
work around the cuts, but when it's like a
Okay.
single cam, it's not as much cuts.
Oh, well then I guess when it's a duo episode, it shouldn't be too bad.
It shouldn't be that bad either. But as I'll talk about with this last episode, because this episode, we're recording this episode on the day that the last episode came out on Spotify, which took an extra 3 days because I got a new computer.
Okay.
And by a new
Oh,
computer,
really?
I mean
Laptop?
I bought it off of somebody else.
Okay.
I got a computer off a friend of ours, and I don't know how computers work, but basically everything works fine. There's no problems with anything I have with this new computer.
Okay.
I was able to post the podcast to YouTube, no issues. I
Okay.
simultaneously was uploading the episode to Spotify, and apparently if the computer goes to sleep or times out or whatever, the Spotify website client just stops uploading the episode.
Interesting.
And
Oh, you
if
just
it's
said
off for
no.
long enough, it'll decay the upload process.
That seems weird.
I
That
don't
does
even
seem a
understand.
little odd.
That's why I had to bring it up to my computer career friend who could explain why this was happening, because one, it was just taking forever to upload. I don't know why. Two, so finally we went away for the weekend, which is why I wasn't able to like troubleshoot.
Yeah.
But I had set it. It was uploading from Friday morning.
Okay.
By the time we left Friday, it had only reached like 80%.
That's pretty
which
good.
it's a 54-minute file upload over like 7 hours.
I mean,
Pretty bad.
that's a big file.
I guess,
to
but
be
like
honest.
YouTube handled it, no problem.
But you didn't have this problem with your old computer
No.
though.
But
Like,
I
where,
also-
where the computer going to sleep.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
don't
know.
remember. I can't remember
I couldn't tell you either.
it being an issue. I think maybe I just stayed on the computer the whole time. But I tried to get our biggest fan to upload the file to hit publish. I was like, literally all you
He
got to
doesn't
do.
live here anymore.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about our real biggest fan. Terrible. I'm so sorry this is happening to you.
Pretty sure our
But
biggest fan is in
I said,
Ohio
hey,
right
all you
now.
got to do is show up, punch in my key, my passcode for the computer, and then in the bottom right-hand corner, there's going to be a little purple button that says publish. And you're going to click that. And if it's not there, it means that the file didn't work and whatever. And she said that she went to click onto it, and it said that it was down to like 40%. And I was like, 40%? It was at like 80 when I left. That doesn't make any sense. And then, so it wasn't working. And so then yesterday when we got back to Erie, I went...
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Well, when I got
That
back
doesn't make any
yesterday,
sense.
it was at 5%. How does that work?
I-
So, last night,
even know.
I went, fine, whatever, start uploading again. This morning, before I went to work, I clicked the log on to Spotify, and I was like, all right, let's just hit the purple publish button. And it was at 60%. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's some progress at least. That's pretty good. And then, so then I texted my partner, and I said, hey, before you leave for work, this should be done. Hit publish. And they were like, I had to turn your computer back on, and it says that the file was at 50%.
This is awesome.
And so I came home from work today and then just sat there and watched it. And I sat and I did
Make
like
sure your computer didn't go to sleep.
I did the whole, you
just
know,
put on,
work.
like, a Twitch stream.
I did the whole work from home thing
Oh.
where I just kind of like touched the mouse every once in a while to show that I was active and not idle.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it published as of the recording of this episode. All that to say, you probably heard the intro song and the outro song. Well, you will hear the outro song.
Faithful listeners will have heard the intro,
For
at
sure.
least the intro song, by the time of this recording.
But of the
Let us
as I-
know if you're a faithful listener.
as I said, Morgegucci's album that he put out is his best hits, he claims, and the song that I used for the intro outro is not one of the songs that appears on the album. So I'm gonna have to ask him to release it as a special single, I guess, so that we can link to it, or just go listen to all his music. I put his Twitch in the bio last week because he hadn't published his music on Spotify
So
yet.
now we can put his Spotify.
Now we can
in
put the
bio.
Spotify and
This is not an ad, by the way. This
it's
is not a
an ad.
hashtag
No,
ad.
it's
We're just fans.
we are fans, but I'll do any ad for Morgegucci.
Yeah. And like I said, my partner, who doesn't even listen to that flavor of music, that genre of music,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, she saw it. Well, no, I had my Discord open on my desktop, and she walked over and she saw it, and I was in our Discord, and she saw the album preview that shows
Yeah.
because he posted the link.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I want to listen to it. I want to see if it's good. I want to see if it's good." Actually, I can't remember if she said that. Maybe I'm making that up. Apologies to her if I
Nah,
am.
she definitely was like,
No,
Morgegucci.
She no. She definitely wasn't like dismissive about it. And I also genuinely don't believe she was expecting it to be bad. She was genuinely curious on what it sounded like. So I played it for her, and she was like, Whoa, this is really good.
It is really good. That's right. It's
This is actually good.
Really good music. I think he's been in my top 5 Spotify every single year, and I was worried now because I have like 4 months to try and get him back in there after listening to everything else for the rest of the year.
About 4
So
months, yeah.
I got to really start cranking
lock
out
in.
my yeah.
Let's see. We'll have a contest. Who can get the most? Not by me. No offense to Morgegucci. I just that genre of music isn't generally my cup of tea.
Hyperpop's awesome.
Some people, yeah.
Oof,
I mean,
harsh.
Morgegucci is a drainer. I am not. This is well documented between us.
Yeah.
But let's see who in the Morgegucci fanverse can get the most minutes listened by the end of the year. With 4 months remaining. Honestly, my betting favorite at probably like minus 1,000 is probably Brian. But any stunning upsets, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, get them up there. Post your minutes, hours, days listened.
We'll revisit when Wrapped is out.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be.
Can you find him on Apple Music? Do you know?
On Apple Music? I thought he
Yeah.
posted specifically just to Spotify.
I don't remember. Maybe. All right. So for our Apple Music listeners, we'll get in contact with Morge. And
You're in charge of getting us on an Apple podcast, and you haven't even taken in any steps for that.
I don't
so
know how to use that stuff.
You'll
though.
figure it out.
I guess I have to. I don't use.
You're
I'm,
the only
I'm,
Apple product user.
I'm brand loyal to Spotify. I wonder if Spotify. Do we know if Spotify is like owned by Amazon in any way? It wouldn't surprise me if they were.
I don't know. No, it doesn't.
No, they have their own.
Amazon-
Yeah, they have their
Amazon
own
has its own
streaming service.
right.
Music streaming service. I don't know. I kind of just assume that stuff is kind of just owned by Amazon nowadays. And it would have been a funny callback because of when I was on here talking about how I'm so loyal to Amazon and all their
Yeah, and
services.
your Amazon credit card and all of
My
that.
Amazon credit
And
card.
your Amazon credit card specifically contributed to Jeff Bezos's and Lauren Sanchez's $11 million wedding, which I feel like that's got to be a low estimate. Which
Probably.
I think, my favorite stat was they're having an $11 million wedding on their $500 million yacht.
I thought it was in Venice.
I think it was, but that's what, like, they rented out a private island. They did a whole thing. I want to say it was like San Giorgio or something like that was the island that they rented out. Is a whole thing. But Jeff Bezos.
There's no way he genuinely cares that much.
About the wedding?
Yes.
I think he does.
I don't think he has a
Because
soul.
my favorite part of the story was that they signed a prenup that specifically said Lauren Sanchez does not get any Amazon shares, any stock in Amazon, if they were to, part ways.
Oh, yeah, because of what happened last time.
Yeah. So.
I hope she still haunts him.
Yeah, maybe she can just, like.
I hope she can, like, do we think Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, well, actually, I don't know how much of her shares she still owns, but surely she'd be, obviously not the majority share owner, but big enough shareholder to where she has to be, informed of this. I wonder if she gets to, sit in at board meetings or something.
Oh,
Probably not, but that'd be pretty sick.
I don't know. I just remember whenever it happened, they said that she jumped to, was it the wealthiest woman in the world?
Yeah,
Instantly.
I think so.
Incredible.
I think so.
Amazing.
It is pretty incredible.
What a way to join the Forbes 400 is to. How'd you get here? I got divorced.
But the reason I say that, I don't even think he cares that much, because if she did not agree to sign a prenup,
She did agree.
but if she didn't,
Oh.
he's not gonna marry her.
Yeah, probably not.
And he would probably be okay with just being like, okay, bye.
Yeah, probably.
So I just don't his wealth is just so infinite that wedding probably it's just yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking,
It was only
You-
$11 million.
you wanted to rent a private island? Yeah, I guess so.
I suppose
not?
we can do that for the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, we already own like 6 others. Are you sure you don't want to have one there?
Oh, but you wanted it to be outside of Italy. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Women and their wedding
Just go
plans.
tell my secretary.
Oh my gosh.
Go tell my secretary. She'll book it.
Goofy.
He'll book it.
Is-
They'll book it.
Silly conversation.
It is just. Oh, it's. See that honestly, that this conversation just now did more damage to my. Well, not that I'm actually like loyal to Amazon. I just got a free $100 gift card from them
Free by signing up for a credit
by
card.
signing up
which
for a
you're
credit card,
paying.
which does give me cash back. No ad again. Hashtag no ad. But
You're such a sellout.
I really am not like actually loyal to Amazon services at all. But honestly, that this conversation did more damage to my fake brand loyalty to Amazon than anything else has. Well, I guess minus their like whole Pinkerton thing. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I really don't use Amazon that much. I just
Me
use their
neither.
credit card.
It was so
Like, I don't order stuff. I really don't.
we Garrett's birthday was last Monday, and
Wait, did I say happy birthday?
probably not. You're a fake friend.
I
But Garrett's
am.
birthday was last Monday, and we got him a tea tray, which is something I'd never heard of until
tray?
we started looking for it. But we got him a tea tray for his birthday, and we tried to find one locally, but we couldn't find one that wasn't either way too expensive
Yeah.
or like a $5 thing from Walmart. And so we tried to find something special because I guess we like the guy. And
Yeah, he's all right.
yeah, he's fine. And so we found one on Amazon for like $25 or something like that. But it was so jarring because I was looking
Sometimes
at my
you
bank.
just gotta do it.
Well, I was looking at my bank statement for the month, and I went, Amazon. I don't buy things on Amazon. I was like, Abby, did you buy something on Amazon and like just use my card? Which like whatever, that's fine. I just Amazon. That doesn't. Oh, right. Like so that's how jarring it was to see an Amazon listing on my bank statement. Is that I was like, I need to report this for fraud.
Yeah, no, I like exclusively order from Amazon only when my cashback has gotten high enough to where I'm like, I should redeem it. Like, do I need anything? No, but I kind of wanted this, and I could stock up on this, so I might as well use my cashback on Amazon.
For sure.
So, but like I was gonna start using Audible, and I didn't.
So I got my. I guess I am a fake friend for being a harsh critic of Amazon because I got my dad an Audible subscription for Christmas last year, and he says it's the best gift he's ever received.
Oh my god, you
And
got him brand loyal now.
Well, and he told me he was like, so if you just want that to be like my Christmas present again this year,
oh
and
my
I was like,
god,
oh
he
no, I have
loved
to.
it.
I
He
need to.
really
I need to
loved it.
give Amazon more money.
Now you
But that's
have a
okay.
yearly. You technically have a yearly
Yeah.
Audible subscription
Basically.
now. Oh my god,
It's all right.
He's feeding the machine.
It's all right. He has to drive a lot for work, so it's a good investment.
We're
Until
both-
he listens to more Morgegucci, that's what I should turn him on to.
Oh my god, or this.
He'll be in the top 1% of listeners.
What? That's an interesting thought experiment. What would our parents' reactions be to listening to
Morgegucci.
an episode of this?
Oh, my parents like it.
Oh really?
My
They do
parents
listen?
Yeah.
Oh hi.
I-
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't. And
Sagan's dad does.
oh yeah.
Sagan's talked about how his dad listens.
All right, no, but
So now it's just your parents who are fake fans. They're not supportive of you or your dreams.
I never told my mom that I did a podcast. And I don't know if my dad knows how to work.
Knows how to work.
Like, well, definitely. I don't think he knows what Spotify is.
You could listen on YouTube,
And I don't know. No, he knows how to work YouTube.
or you could listen on Apple.
But he's
podcast.
he's like a certified Trump voter, so
so he'd
probably
love
wouldn't
this
be-
show.
he might. Yeah, I guess he'll listen to. Well, the episode where you guys finally get me a MAGA hat, he'll love.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've already invested. It'll be on the way.
Are we gonna order it on Amazon?
No, I already said we need to find one of the, like the knockoff ones. We need to go to like the Crawford County Fair or something this year, and we'll
God.
find a good
They
knockoff
sell.
hat.
They have like a stand.
Yeah, of course. There's always a
You-
bunch of Trump merch. Fair. What, you feeling pale?
No,
You're white.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
looking. I cannot believe how pale I look. It's insane.
I couldn't get so typically viewers and listeners, the lights in this room have a little button you can change the color. It's one of those like magic things.
Should make them like
and
tan lights.
that they
Holy-
won't connect right now. The Wi-Fi must be down or something. I don't know. So we're looking a little bit brighter, but
so
maybe
tough.
it's all right. We'll be okay. I feel like I look tan right now.
I actually look like I'm dead.
It's just that monitor always looks like that though too.
Oh,
So anyway,
maybe it's not as bad then.
this is a political show sometimes, and
Oh,
the biggest story for us, I think, this past week was the New York City mayoral Democratic primary in which Zoran Mamdani,
not to be confused with the actual election, because I think a lot of people thought,
that it
It
was,
was
the
the
election.
election.
That's so goofy.
which
I mean,
it
I guess I can understand why they
kind
thought
of
that.
is the election. Are they really gonna elect a conservative mayor? No.
They've done it before.
Recently,
I don't know when the last time was, but they've done it
I
before.
don't think it would happen.
I'm just so
Like this. Like I don't think it'll happen. It kind of what he's going up against. Does he just go? Is Eric Adams still in? Like
Yep.
So it's
so Eric Adams has pledged to run as like a third party, an independent, not a
Cuomo
third
said
party.
they're weighing their options running. Independent
So this
as
is
well.
this was the conversation I had with Sagan. Was Cuomo said he might still run anyway,
Yeah.
but if he says that, he has to run as an independent.
Yeah.
So you have Andrew Cuomo, who lost a Democratic primary,
Yes.
but might be pretty popular with those independents, maybe. The people who claim to be Democrats, but not Zoran Democrats.
Okay, and maybe conservatives that know that their candidate is hopeless.
I don't
like
know.
Cuomo more. They'll probably like him more than Zoran.
For sure.
So
You
and
have
there's Cuomo,
you have Eric Adams, the current mayor of New
the
York City,
incumbent.
who is the incumbent, who might have the worst incumbent advantage of all time because he has been the worst.
Nobody
not
likes
the
that
worst,
guy at all.
but he's been pretty gosh darn awful and very New York City mayoral corrupt.
I was in New York City, I'm pretty sure, when the whole like Turkish bribe thing happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was there.
Eric Adams thinks that corruption is something that we all do, for sure, and definitely don't have it just be a him thing.
I wonder what our version, what are we corrupt about in our daily lives? I guess my corrupt thing I did today, I'm corrupt because I had a package that was marked as delivered by USPS today. I went out to my mailbox, it wasn't there. So I did peek in the mailboxes of those in my building. I mean, I know I'm good friends. I'm friends with with my neighbor below me. One of my best friends from high school is the other person. The third girl, I don't know as well,
And you just
but
went
we
snooping.
did all shovel snow together during the big apocalyptic snowstorm. So I'd like to think we're pretty close.
Uh-huh.
So apologies if they listen to this and they take offense to that. But I did peek, but I couldn't find it. So I guess that's how I'm corrupt in my daily life. I look at my neighbor's mailbox. I don't do it every day. It was just this one time. I never do it.
To finish your countdown,
Okay, yeah.
and Zoran Mamdani.
Well, what about a conservative?
Sure, maybe. I don't know if they have a specific candidate yet or have planned one, but
I don't know.
I think the fear to me, the hope and the fear is that I personally think that Cuomo should run. Maybe.
I don't think so.
I think that Cuomo and Eric Adams would eat each other's base.
You think?
I think so.
I feel like nobody's just nobody. Like I would, if we fast forwarded to the election day.
Yeah.
and Eric Adams got like 120 votes total, I wouldn't even be shocked.
Nah,
don't
I
think-
think he'll get there. He's got all those
And
Turkish
20 of them
votes.
are him and his family.
He's got all those Turkish votes
That is true.
and all the votes that Turkey will pay for.
Right.
But I don't know. I personally think that there would be a pretty big eating into the base of each other.
That's
if,
true.
Cuomo and Eric Adams both ran as independents.
I'd be most worried about Cuomo rerunning.
Well,
or
my
running independent.
part of my fear is in his election, in his primary win, a lot of people in mainstream media have gotten softer on the attacks against him. And so, like, the New York Times specifically, Sagan and I think we may have talked too, but the way New York City does their mayoral is they have ranked choice voting for the primaries. And the New York Times, the largest legacy media that's not only like, I mean, I don't want to say in New York because all of the big news agencies are there too, but I guess in terms of like print media, the largest print media specifically tried to get people to not even rank Zoran. They had a whole just don't rank Zoran, and then there was kind of the counter movement of
Was this in like their opinion column or not even?
yeah, it was an op-ed.
Okay.
But then there was a counter movement to not rank Cuomo.
Yeah,
and
that was big on TikTok.
it was pretty big on TikTok, which is where a lot of
where
Mamdani's
his base is. Yeah,
yeah,
pretty
and
much.
so there was a lot of motion going on with that, and I think it really
Well, you know what's crazy? Like even the Republican, grifters are just like
being racist.
no,
or-
giving like subtle nods
oh
to Zoran. Like
yeah, because they think it's cool.
I saw literally just before I came here today, I saw a clip of Tucker Carlson talking with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
And Tucker Carlson's like, yeah, Zoran is like the only guy that seems to actually care about New Yorkers.
yes,
And he's like, I think it's good that he won. He's like, I remember, and I've been talking about this for a while. I remember, he's like, they were asking the candidates like where they would go to visit, the countries they go to visit, and like,
Zoran was.
he's
the
like,
only
I
one.
think all of them said Israel. Zoran was the only one that said, I'm gonna stay in New York. I'll meet my constituents where they are.
Yeah.
And he was like, Zoran is the only one that will talk economics. Like everybody, like all the other mayors are talking about foreign policy.
You're a
And he's like,
mayor.
why is it so hard to talk about domestic
You're a
economics?
domestic, the largest city in the United States. You're a domestic mayor. There's no, you don't.
Yeah,
other,
that's
other
what
than
I'm
like,
thinking.
other than like trade, what are you doing in
I'm
terms
like,
of
why
foreign?
are
dealings?
we grilling the New York City mayor candidates on foreign policy?
I mean, you look at Eric Adams. He could have learned a thing
Oh yeah,
about international.
Eric Adams'
interference.
most of his agenda actually is foreign policy.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's a big ticket
That's
item.
true. How
for
do I
him.
line my pockets?
Where can I get my lobbyist space on Billionaire Row?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he just has a big loading symbol above his head whenever he's being asked questions. He's like, they'll be like, Mayor Adams, what would you do? Like, what do you have to say about Zoran wanting to give money back to small businesses? And he'd be like, right in front of Central Park. I'm picturing the skyscraper right now. And we're like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, what did you ask? He just doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
That
That's-
didn't actually happen.
I was gonna say I think that's kind of funny to lead into another big story this week. Donald Trump doing his best to sell off all the public land we got.
Oh, I did see
Drill,
that.
baby,
That
drill.
made me sad.
Who cares about national parks? Who cares about state-owned land? We don't like that public land stuff. Give it to the highest bidder for like not even
A lot.
a lot of money. It's one of those. We elected a real estate tycoon who thinks that by selling off the real estate you can make a lot of money, but when you're running a country, it's not that much money. It's not the big investment he thinks it is in the long run.
Yeah, I know that a lot of wait, wasn't it? I thought it was part of the bill. Did the bill get the big beautiful bill?
Big beautiful bill
Did it
got
pass?
passed
Oh yeah.
by one vote. They could have had more, but one of the Republicans was sleeping.
Slept in.
Slept through it.
Slept through the vote.
So that part, that's one of those things that's so big I don't even know which parts to talk about.
Yeah.
I know that there's a big cut to healthcare, so watch out for that.
Oh, I saw a headline that it was like the biggest redistribution of wealth from the poor to the rich
Yeah,
of any bill
of course.
in U.S. history.
That's
so
what we're voting for, baby.
It's pretty nice.
That's what we all want.
That's pretty awesome.
It's so cool. But I don't know. It feels like we're getting into the doom and gloom, and that's all that last week was. So I have a surprise for you, Steven.
That's why I'm uninformed, by the way, is the doom and gloom.
The doom and gloom.
Because Twitter is no more. And I was telling Sagan the other day, I was like, any other time where I used to, try to get rid of Twitter, it would be like muscle memory. Like I'd pick up my phone and I'd go and I'd like just mindlessly click to where it is to try to pass time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This time I haven't even done it a single time. So my toxic relationship with Twitter is officially ended.
Huge.
Like it's gone forever. So now where do I get news from? I don't know. I don't.
You get your news
I
right
don't.
here on the Three Left Turns podcast.
And you should too.
And we're here to cover some Erie news now. I'll have to
Erie news now.
Yeah.
Hashtag ad.
I'll have to impose this. Celebrate Erie coming up August 15th, 16th, 17th. If you're not from Erie, you should come, I guess. It's kind of cool. It's like the biggest thing that Erie puts on every year.
Besides like 8 Great Tuesdays.
8 Great Tuesdays. This year's the Tall Ships Festival return, so that'll
Yeah.
be pretty cool. But they announced the
stuff going on.
headliners.
I don't get why people don't like Erie. I think Erie's pretty cool.
I remember how secondhand embarrassment I felt when I first moved to Erie, and it was right at the time, as far as I know, whenever people came up with that slogan of "It's okay to love Erie," and I was like, "What is happening in this town?"
It is pretty crazy that enough people that actually live in Erie hate Erie enough that there had to be a counter campaign against it.
Well, that's what our missing co-host used to say all the time. He had pledged he would never live in this town.
No, he's lame.
Well, you said it.
It truly is okay to love Erie. It's not a bad place.
I think Erie's great. I got two
think
great
Erie's great.
Erie stories to pop up here. We
Okay.
got the headliners for Celebrate Erie. We got Russell Dickerson. He's our country singer.
Okay, he definitely.
In preparation, I tried to see if I had listened to any of his music, and I didn't recognize any of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's he seems pretty I'm not saying he's not popular. He's got a couple tens of millions, hundreds of millions of listens on Spotify and YouTube.
Is this guy our equivalent of Flo Rida from last year?
Well, so this is
is
the
he
country
big
artist.
ticket guy?
This is the country artist.
Okay.
Oh, do you not know the headliners?
I don't.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is gonna
You're
be
gonna be
cool.
excited for Saturday, I think.
Oh, maybe.
So
We'll see.
Friday, this is our country act, Russell Dickerson. But we'll move on to Saturday.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no! Saturday's gym class heroes.
I mean, yeah, maybe like middle school me would have been really pumped about this, but I don't mean to be pretentious, but he kind of just makes radio hip hop. It's just not my thing. I used to like him though, Stereo Hearts and Billionaire.
But yeah, I was gonna say his heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close.
Yeah, I used to like that song actually, unironically.
Unironically?
When I was in middle school, I did. But
You grew up, started
I-
listening to
I did.
hyperpop, started listening to
Not
Morgegucci, started listening to good music.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I'll be honest, we're kind of going back into a letdown on my personal feelings of Sunday. We have the Erie All Stars. They're great. They're a
Heck
great
yeah.
local band.
Heck yeah, the Beatles.
They're putting on a Beatles tribute.
The Beatles are back.
The Beatles are back. But then what I think's even, I don't want to say funnier, but as a supporting act, you'll see Bob, an interpretation of Dylan. And they must
like Bob
be,
Dylan?
Yeah, and they must be so popular. They also got their own headline article here on the Celebrate Erie website. So there's a Bob Dylan act and a Beatles act on Sunday to bring it home. So
I actually think I would like that more than
Gym
than
Class Heroes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean I'm not a big cover band person, but like if you were to make me go to one of these 3 concerts, I'd definitely go Sunday.
Who was the tribute they did last year though?
I don't remember.
I
I really don't like tribute bands really.
well, it
I
was
prefer to just listen to
the Erie All Stars last year. Let me see if I can pull it up.
which
last
obviously it's
year-
impossible to go to a Beatles concert, so I'd rather surely Paul McCartney goes and performs some places sometimes still.
And this is how much of a it was this. I was gonna say this
Fleetwood
is how
Mac
much
band.
of a I can't remember the name of this band right now. I was gonna say it was that TikTok trend with the ocean spray juice.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I don't,
I'll have to
actually.
show you later.
Wait, they had a Queen tribute band? When was that?
Tom Petty sounds. They kind of do all of it.
Oh, it looks like it was around like COVID time, like tail
Must
end.
be around there. It was before the 8 Great Tuesdays of 2021. So
No, I mean it does look like.
2019.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
2019 is when they did their.
Oh, that was right before it actually.
Yeah. So.
Oh. I guess I'm a fake Queen fan too.
I,
No, but anyways, no, I mean I think it's neat though. All in all, I mean it seems like Celebrate Erie is getting bigger pool, like than years past in terms of like
over Flo
bigger
Rida?
ticket.
Over Flo Rida?
No, like he's definitely bigger than.
Gym Class Heroes? I don't know actually.
No, I
This-
think so. Probably.
This is one of those you got to screenshot the monthly listeners of.
You know
all
what?
these
We'll
places
look
on
right
Spotify.
now.
All
We'll
right.
look right
All
now.
right.
Please
Yeah.
bear with me.
It's all right. I can just cut it. I can just.
Oh yeah, okay.
All
right.
We can just figure it out.
Gym Class Heroes. 13.5 million monthly listeners.
That's pretty good.
Now I'm pretty sure
13.5.
Full Ride ahead was 9 digits actually. No, not even close. I'm stupid. 40.2 million. So it's
Flo
not
Rida,
particularly
4
close.
times as big.
It's not particularly
but
close.
you should
Oh,
go.
yeah, yeah,
wait,
yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
Well, how many monthly listeners does Russell Dickerson have?
Russell. Oh, I found him. 5.5 million.
Oh, okay. And then give me one more here before you put it away. Look up One World Tribe. I believe that was the Sunday band last year. One World Tribe, and I was pretty surprised that they had them because they're.
This can't be right. This says 69 monthly listeners.
I think that is right. It's a very small band.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's who they had for their Sunday. That is crazy that it says 69. That's it. That's nice.
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 And
That might
that's
be
your
wrong.
One World
I
Tribe.
don't know.
I guess.
Maybe
Sorry.
they're big on Apple
Apple
Music.
Music.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
But I'm pretty sure that's who their
It
Sunday
kinda makes
artist
me
was last
sad.
year.
Hey, I mean, I'm sure with that being the case, they were probably really excited about performing, and I hope they had a good time.
I remember it was raining last year.
Oh.
We didn't stick around to watch them,
Aw.
unfortunately, last
Well,
year.
now I'm sad again.
But just as I
like
do a
that.
quick check-in on our time, I have a second story for
I see
Erie
it.
this year.
And I'm actually. In
Do you
tune
know
with
about
one a
this
little bit.
already?
Yes.
Oh, I was really hoping I could get a live reaction on this
Yes.
one too.
No. I mean, I just honestly, I saw the full. Like, I knew about what was going on, but I saw the actual name reveal by complete accident.
Did you
So-
see? Did you see the logo?
No, I actually didn't.
Live reaction. So, a couple weeks ago, the
think
John
it's really
Oliver, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the HBO show, they.
I did not know that guy was like a big popular guy. By the way.
John Oliver?
Yeah, my partner was talking to me about it, and I was like, "Who the hell is John Oliver?"
First of all, it's the HBO show that used to come on immediately following Jon
Walking
Snow.
Dead.
Jon
Game of
Snow.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. It was the show that came on immediately following Game of Thrones. They put their episodes up on YouTube and they get like instantly 5 million views within like a
Really?
day. A
They're
huge
that
show.
big?
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't know that.
That's crazy that you don't know anything about it.
I'm
you
out of
you got
tou-
some research to do.
I'm very out of touch with like talk like I don't watch SNL, which I know it's not like a real talk show. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel.
I think you should watch an episode of
John Oliver.
Last Week Tonight, and then you can.
What is Last Week Tonight? Oh, that's John Oliver's show. I do know that because I saw it in the article that I read. His show is called Last Week Tonight.
So a few weeks ago, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver announced that they were having a competition for a minor league baseball team to receive a rebrand from the show that would be footed by. The bill would be footed by HBO
Last Week
and
Tonight.
everything like that. And so they finally came up with the name. They announced it. There will be a 4-game stint.
First, you're jumping the gun.
Oh, am I?
They announced this contest to make over specifically a minor league baseball team.
I thought I said that.
And
But
Erie has a minor league baseball team, the Erie
Named?
Seawolves, an affiliate, a AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers of the MLB.
yeah.
And they submitted like themselves for this contest, and they won. Woo!
And one of the jokes that they made on the show was that the Erie Seawolves were looking for a rebrand because
They don't play near the sea.
Erie is nowhere near the sea.
They don't
right?
play near the sea.
And so they were looking for it, and they finally announced it just today. I guess it was last night. It was on the show. They came up with
the Erie Moon Mammoths.
which is a real choice. I'll be honest.
Is that logo AI generated?
There's no way. There's no way that's an AI generated logo. But what I have to say is the name, hate it. I do not like the name.
I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like satirical.
Probably. But I hate the
Goofy.
name. Well, do you know the story?
No.
Oh, we're going to learn the whole story.
Okay.
But just off the initial jump gun reaction, I hate the name Moon Mammoths. The Erie Moon Mammoths. It just doesn't. I don't like how it sounds.
I think it just plays off the fact that we play nowhere near the sea.
Well, you think this is a part of Erie culture that you clearly don't know about.
Oh.
But I just want to say, I do love the logo.
I actually do too.
You said
Assuming
you think
it's
it looks
not
AI generated?
Just the mammoth
I
part.
love the logo.
I've become very distrusting about like digital art, unless
yeah.
it's like very
Super
clear that
apparent,
it's
yeah.
not.
So, the article that you can find like on the Seawolves minor league website, all that stuff.
Oh my god, I think I just saw a spoiler.
The name draws inspiration from the 1991 discovery of woolly mammoth remains by Summit Township resident George Moon. Moon
Whoa.
found a large bone while scuba diving in Lake Pleasant, located about 8 miles south of Erie. He subsequently worked with a local anthropologist to help identify the remains, known colloquially, I said that word right, as the Moon Mammoth.
What?
So it's the George Moon Mammoth.
Oh.
The remains
This
are
is
housed in the
clever.
State Museum of Pennsylvania in Harrisburg. The Moon Mammoth skeleton is one of the most complete specimens from the Great Lakes region, with 80% of the body intact, including molars, tusks, lower jaw, humerus, radius, ulna, both shoulder blades, pelvis, vertebrae, ribs, and foot bones. So it's a pretty cool story from 1991 that I had never heard about.
Me either.
Which is a pretty cool piece. And then they do appear to have created a whole mascot, which I also love. I just hate the name. That's my only aversion. I think all of the art, the costume, the color, I think all of that stuff, awesome. The name, I don't like it.
Well, there's there's a team in like the Seawolves League. It's called like the Binghamton or Birmingham something Rumble Ponies. What do you think about
Yeah.
that name?
I think,
think about the Rumble
okay,
Ponies?
so I'm a big baseball fan. I used to play
really?
all, I used to
didn't know
play all of the MLB The Show games when they came out. And one of my favorite things about it is that if you play like the career mode, you'll start in the minor leagues,
Mm-hmm.
and so you get to play as
It's
the
the same in
Rumble
the NHL.
Ponies.
That's why
You
I
get to play,
I
yeah.
like the NHL.
And so
NHL games.
I always really liked the minor league games because you go up against some weird ass team names.
So did you put yourself as an Erie Seawolf before?
I think I did one year play as the Seawolves, but like my team for a long time that I still like, I guess, but I didn't really watch baseball last year, but I used to like I watched the Atlanta Braves for a while, and so I played as their minor league team, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's who I used to play every year. So yeah, I don't know, but that's our Erie history right now. So
That's pretty crazy.
it is pretty crazy.
I bet it'll be like almost impossible to get to a game.
That's what alleged. So the story is that they're going to play 4 games as the Moon Mammoths. I'm sure they'll bring it back like when they become the Pinatas for a few games every year. And allegedly John Oliver is expected to attend to the July 19th game. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff they do for their.
They'll probably throw the first pitch.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick. I'm sure that game's gonna be sold out. I don't know. That's what I in the 10-ish years that I've lived in Erie, I've probably only gone to around 20 games, but
I've gone to less.
I've
lived here my whole life.
I wish so before I got laid off last year, I was considering buying season tickets.
How much are they?
I want to say they're like 500
Oh, really?
for the season, which
Seems
isn't
steep.
well. So hashtag ad. One of the whole like they give you like food vouchers and stuff if you go. So like
Oh, that's
it's
better.
like $500 for your season ticket, but it's like $800 of value because I think you'll get like a hat and merch and food ticket or
food
whatever.
tickets.
Anyway,
Okay.
but I thought it would be a really fun way to spend the summer last year, and then I got laid off, so I couldn't afford it. So
I think it'd be fun. We should go to like one of their dollar nights sometime.
sure.
I mean,
Garrett-
I don't think you can. Well, no, you can get some beer. Well, they're actually $2. It's not really dollar night. It's like $2 night.
Probably.
But like $2 beers. You don't benefit from this, but $2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
So I know you drink beer though. So
Yeah,
be
Garrett
fun.
Garrett and I went to a game a couple weeks ago, and they had a promotion running. I don't know if it's like an all season long thing, but they had a promotion running where if they won that night, you could go turn your ticket in, and they would give you a ticket for the following night, like a free ticket. And then if they won that game, you could come back. And I think it only lasted like that week. So I don't know if it's a permanent promotion that they run all the time or whatever. But
Probably not.
we went to 2
cool,
games in a row. I probably spent like $40 on food and drinks over those 2 days. So it was
Yeah,
neat.
so we should go to a dollar night. Then.
I guess. I don't know.
I think it'd be fun.
I think baseball's fun
That'd be
either
cool.
way.
I'm not a big baseball fan, but I'd go with friends, obviously.
Yeah. So, something that I want to talk about that happened to me over the weekend. I forgot my props that I was gonna bring, but
props.
I was gonna bring props for this whole thing because I was riled up about this. All right, we're gonna role play for a minute.
Okay.
I need you to see me, and I am a little girl. Hang on. I'm gonna get there. Get there. All right. So I'm a little girl with a lemonade stand.
Oh, okay.
All right. And you, being me, I'm a big believer in all lemonade stands, and I think you should be forced to buy lemonade if you see a lemonade stand and a small child is running
Sometimes
it.
I see them, but I don't ever carry cash on me, so I feel bad when I
Ah. Well, so I was like, incredible. A little girl with a lemonade stand. And it was like attached to a yard sale. Like a
you
yard
have,
sale
like,
was happening.
Did you have a tap to pay?
That would be even funnier
Oh,
about the
okay.
story. But no. But so I go up and I'm like, I would love a lemonade. Please. Give me a lemonade. And she does her little, oh, thanks. So, okay. You're me. We're in the situation now. We're in the scene. I'm the little
Okay.
girl. You're getting lemonade. You've already asked for it. And I go, okay. And I pour my lemonade and I go, do you want lemon slices in it?
Yes.
It's an extra $1.
No.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
That's $2.
Okay.
I thought that was crazy. Lemonade stands are like 25 cents, 50
Dude,
cents.
adjust for inflation, man.
That's insane.
What is 50 cents a lemonade gonna get? First of all, in 2025, the year where Americans are arguably more isolated from their communities than ever before, so they're probably getting no stops. So when they sell their like 10 lemonades at 25 cents and they go to cash in their $2.50
Oh, okay.
or
okay.
$5,
You're speaking on it.
what can they get?
Speak your truth.
That's
okay.
probably that probably doesn't even cover the cost of the lemonade.
Oh my, you're so right. What is your overhead on a lemonade stand these days?
Exactly.
Although I will
It's-
say, while she did have the economics figured out, she didn't have any other part of the story. I was like, so what's the name of your store? What's the name of the shop? And she was like, the lemonade store. And I was like, oh, this is not
no creativity.
You got like you can't.
This is a future. This girl is gonna grow up and be the heiress of the what is it, the toy library with the subscription service.
The girl running it like a business.
Running it. This local girl sets up lemonade stand, and she's running it like a business.
I think it was just I was caught off guard. I expected it to be 50 cents to $1.
Yeah, man,
she
you
hit
gotta
me with the
adjust for
$2,
inflation.
and I was like $2. And then luckily, again, I'm a big advocate of supporting all lemonade stands. I had a $2 bill in my wallet that I'd been carrying as a lucky charm
Oh my
for like
God, you didn't.
almost 2 years now. But I went, it's a perfect opportunity.
Oh,
And so I gave her a
Good guy.
$2 bill, and I think she thought it was
it's
fake.
fake.
And her mom had to be like, "Isn't that cool? You got a $2 bill." And she was like, she had like
Holding
a whole.
up to the sun.
Yeah, she pulls out her little like marker to test if it's a counterfeit.
That would be, and she's running it like a business.
And so she did look confused when I handed her the $2 bill. And then, but yeah, the mom was like, "That's pretty cool." And so now I'm waiting for something
Wait,
bad
did
to
you
happen.
say no to the lemon slices though? Actually,
I did say no. Well, that's what I didn't
my
actually. She asked if I wanted lemon slices. I said no, and she went, "Oh, well, there would be an extra $1." And I went, "I don't need the extra lemon slices. Just the lemonade, please."
See, when I
could have had a $3 lemonade.
my approach to lemonades, like I remember this one time I was going. There's like a hill that goes down towards my road in my neighborhood that I take frequently, and like at the bottom of the hill. At first, like there was these kids with like they had like plastic bats and they're like pointing them at me as I go down and like doing this, and I thought they were just being goofy kids,
Yeah.
messing around.
Yeah.
But I got to the bottom of the hill and I saw that they had like a lemonade stand, or like they were selling their like extra toys. I can't remember. They had a stand.
And you
They're
said
selling
to the
stuff.
man running the stand,
No, I opened up my wallet because I was like, I think I still have a 20 in my wallet. I'll just give it to them.
"Oh yeah,"
And I
with a tip.
I opened my wallet and there was nothing in there, so I had to look
Cobwebs,
I had to
spiders
look
fly
these
out.
kids in the head. Look these
head.
kids in the eyes, and I went, and I turned right. I felt so bad.
You should have been like, "Can I wash dishes for you?
No.
I can't pay. I'm so
And
sorry."
they're running it like a business.
They would have threw it in your face. They went, "Here, old man, take it."
Oh my god, I felt bad though. But I do actually. Let's see. I mean, there's gonna be no lemonade stands are closed today. It's pretty rainy here, but
Yeah.
I have a 20 and a 10. So the next lemonade stand I see
You could get
we'll get pretty lucky.
15 lemonades with that.
I won't. I'll just tip.
Oh, okay. I guess that works too.
Or if I'm with my partner, I'll grab her a lemonade.
If only the lemonade stand was paying its workers a living wage, you wouldn't need to tip.
I know. Well, they're all running it like a business now.
They are. That's what I think the
I
funniest
love
part.
that phrase. That's so
Running
funny.
it like a business.
And she's running it like a business.
Oh, it's so.
I like the way that just completely broke Sagan's brain with that story. Oh, it's so funny to me.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, what were you saying?
I don't. I was gonna say the only other part of that story I have is that, so while she was doing the whole thing, I saw this other little girl riding her bike back up the street, and she obviously was also a part of it, but she went on a little bike ride, and it was the older sister, and so she came back and tried to like be all into it, and I was like, you took your break. I'm paying little Susie, not you. And
She took her break.
she tried to like do the whole upsell and everything too. She was like, well, are you sure you don't want a lemon slice? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
So they're lemonade stands, they're upcharging on their lemonade, they're sending their workers on 15s. It's getting pretty out of hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God. What will we do? This is why we need what will the current mayor of Erie do to improve, to make the burden of opening up a lemonade stand easier on small lemonade stand owners?
It's true. It's true. We need answers.
Well, the answer is they're gonna take their 4th trip to Israel, followed by their 3rd trip to Ukraine. That's the answer.
Yeah. And with that, I think we can pretty much wrap up this episode of the 3 Left Turns podcast. Pretty good one.
Yeah,
I feel pretty good about this
I do
episode.
too. See what we can get done without video game guy.
It is crazy. It is crazy how productive these episodes are.
No C words, no cuts. No, there'll be cuts.
There's only one cut.
Only one.
It's
cut.
only bleeps,
And
really.
it was my fault.
Yeah. So, thanks for tuning into this episode. You can check out us on Spotify and YouTube. Allegedly, social medias are on the way. You can check out friend of the show, Morgegucci, on Twitch and Spotify
Link in the description below.
and TikTok.
Yes. And Twitch. Wait, did you say Twitch?
I said Twitch, TikTok, Spotify.
Maybe
Find
Apple
him on
Music soon. Who
Maybe
knows?
Apple Music.
Think
I'll
he's
try
still
and get
on
him on
YouTube
YouTube.
as well.
I don't know
Oh,
if he
wait.
is.
I thought he took it off Spotify originally to put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and then he never did.
He never did? Okay,
That was the
never
whole
mind.
reason that I had to do the whole thing.
Maybe YouTube soon. Maybe YouTube and Apple Music soon. Who
Maybe
knows?
YouTube and Apple Music
We'll let you
soon.
know next time.
Yeah, we'll have answers by then. All right. And then thank you to Community Access Media, a great resource here in Erie for anyone who wants to make a production, make a podcast, make a TV show. If you just want to take camera classes, you want to learn how to take like photos and stuff, #ad for this great
Rent
place.
your cameras, rent your tripods, rent your equipment. Come sit down and edit some footage. So edit some YouTube footage that you took at home, but you don't have like a computer for that. You can do it here.
And then try and upload it to Spotify for 4 days.
Don't
All
let your
right.
computer idle.
Yeah.
And they're running it like a business.
See ya. Goodbye.
Get it out now, go ahead, get it out now. You can say what you want, hold your head down. Get it out now, go ahead, get it out now. You can say what you want.